I know right now it may seem like Republicans really just have no interest at all in holding their own accountable, upholding the rule of law. But believe it or not, folks, we actually found out this week where Republicans draw the line with their own members. And apparently that line is, don't lie about killing a man and using the power of your office to cover it up. That is what happened in the state of South Dakota, where the Republican-controlled legislature voted this week to impeach, remove, and forever bar from holding future office in the state their Republican Attorney General, Jason Ravnsborg, who was a first-term Republican Attorney General who, in 2020, ran over a man late at night, a 55-year-old man. Now, Ravnsborg had previously pleaded no contest to 2 misdemeanor charges that law enforcement officials levied upon him, of course, for killing a man. And those misdemeanor charges were making an illegal lane change and using a phone while driving. You killed a man. You didn't get in trouble for that. And here's the thing. He lied about it. According to the 911 call, the evening that Mr. Ravnsborg killed this 55-year-old man, he told the 911 operator, I think I hit a deer, or maybe another large animal. He didn't know for sure what he hit till he went back the next morning, I guess, to look. And that's when he realized, oh no, it was a human being. And the Republicans in the state legislature, which, by the way, it's 32 Republicans to 3 Democrats in that South Dakota legislature that voted to impeach him and remove him and bar him. And in fact, they almost didn't get all the votes they needed to impeach him there. They hit the bare minimum threshold of 24 votes. But why'd you even go back the next morning? Unless, of course, you thought maybe it wasn't an animal after all. But here's where the story gets even more screwy. And this is why those 2 little misdemeanor charges, of course, are so ridiculous. It turns out that according to a recreation of the crash, it's most likely that the man's face went through Ravnsborg's windshield. And you know how they know that? Not just from, imprints and things like that, typical CSI type stuff. No. It's because the man's glasses were found in Ravnsborg's car. The man's glasses were in his car, which means his face had to have gone through that windshield or some other window of the car with enough force to knock his glasses off. They also determined, by the way, in the reconstruction, that Ravnsborg had veered completely off the road when he hit the man, which actually led some Republicans who did vote to impeach him to say he ran him down. Almost trying to say that it was intentional. I don't think it was intentional, but there's also, conflicting stories of what he told the police investigators, like, no, I wasn't on my phone. And then he said, yeah, I was on my phone, which is why he got that misdemeanor charge and had to pay a minor fine, again, for killing a man whose face went through his windshield. That's vehicular homicide. This man should not have been able to plead no contest to a pair of misdemeanors. He shouldn't have even had to have been impeached because he should have faced felony charges for leaving the scene of an accident after killing a human being. I mean, that's years and years and years in a federal prison. So if you ask me, this man got off light. And of course, all the Republicans, again, who voted to impeach him, one of them even said, by the way, I've heard better lies from a 5-year-old. They knew that his story was screwed up. And even in the investigation itself of the initial crash, he couldn't keep his own story straight. At one point, he said, and yeah, when I saw him, and then he goes, oh, well, I didn't see him. changing stories about using the phone. The man's glasses were in the car, for God's sakes. That's the only piece of evidence you needed. The glasses couldn't have been in the car unless his head somehow got into the car. This man is lucky, Ravnsborg, that he only got impeached, because he should be spending the next decade of his life in a federal prison. Hey everyone, this is Aspen. And did you know that for the low cost of $0 per day, you can subscribe to the Fair and Balanced YouTube channel? We also encourage you to like, comment, and share, but again, click that subscribe button and help Aspen not be so grumpy.